Hello everyone and welcome back to the Consortium Broadcasting Channel. Today we have a replay sent in to me by ADeadMan1 in his T54E1, one of two American Tier 9 medium tanks, the other already having been featured on this channel when Simba wrecked face in his M46 patent. This is the auto-loading American Tier 9 medium, the T54E1. It's a 4-shell autoloader. Each shell has, with this AP ammo, has somewhat lackluster penetration for a Tier 9, 210, but does 390 damage, and the matchmaking is favorable for him because there's only 2 9s on each team. Even though not all of the targets he'll be shooting at are extremely squishy, it is nice, or these kinds of matches are really nice for this tank because the lack of pen isn't much of a problem. He puts a nice first shot into that T37. Ooh! It looks like the second one hit the rock, and he took a couple of hits in return. And that's not a good trade for him early on. He was able to put out 430 damage, but lost about 600 health in return. And when you're in an autoloader, your health is oftentimes your armor, so saving it until as long or late in the game as you can, where you can really use your hit points to outtrade the enemy, is really important. Now he's spotted by something. Could it be that MT25? Probably not. He's almost loaded, which is another feature of the American autoloaders, is that unlike the French, they have shorter clip reload time and shorter time between shells. It's just 2 seconds on this tank. Now ADeadMan's trying to shoot this SU-1-254, the Tier 9, or one of 2 Tier 9 Russian tank destroyers, but the shot goes right. He's spotted again. He's gonna get shots on this Charioteer. First shell misses. Charioteer's gonna give him a chance at the second one though as he pulls forward. We're not sure if that one went in or not. So ADeadMan, what's he gonna do with this last shell? No shot. He's gonna go for a reload. Now, the action is picking up a little bit here, at least for ADeadMan's team, as he's spotted again, ducking down in the cover, as it looks like we've lost most of the eastern flank. The few tanks that did go that direction either died or been pushed back, and we just lost our T-37. Once again, ADeadMan's almost reloading. There's a KV-5, but he's spotted almost immediately, and it wasn't the KV-5. 6 cents, a 3-second delay. Ooh, there's a nice hit into the KV-5. The second one finishes off, but it can't have been the KV-5 that spotted him, because 6 cents is a 3-second delay, and he just pulled into the line of sight with the KV-5, and 6 cents was already going off. Now we're losing more tanks. We just lost the CDC and our T-34. And there's an OHO. One of the new Japanese heavies introduced in patch 9.13. It's pretty tough from the front, but not so much from the side. This one takes a big hit from artillery. Ooh, that front's turning this direction. It's 250 millimeters all the way across the front. It's a T95 firing high explosive. ADeadMan doesn't have a chance of penning him reliably from the front, but maybe he'll be nice enough and show us his side. There's one into the OHO. There's two, and the T95 firing high explosive finishes him off. He's got a big gun. I forget exactly how big. It's 150 millimeter, 155 millimeter on the T95. Does 750 average damage with something like 270 plus pen with your AP ammo. Why are you firing high explosive? And once again, ADeadMan is caught reloading as more. Oh, now he's switched to AP. This is the T95 that switched to AP, but now ADeadMan's almost loaded. There's the rear of an ISU-152. Didn't quite aim that shot all the way, and it flies over the SU. Second one tracks him. T95 finishes off the third shot. Fourth shot goes into the tracks of the lightweight, and the fifth shot we're not sure. The enemy of Lerve is starting his accusations in chat, as our own T95 is taking a monster hit from something. Could be that Borsig, as we just lost artillery. Well, one thing I really like that ADeadMan's done, that he took some damage early on, but he's managed to avoid taking any until this point in the game, and that's really helped. him, and it's going to come into play later where he's going to be able to use his hit points when he really runs out of options. So great job by him to not play too aggressively, especially they might feel the onus as a top tier to play extremely aggressively, but speaking of top tier, there's one of the enemy top tier, and that T54 is on almost full health. As I was saying, he's resisted the urge to play in the front lines and take an extremely aggressive approach to this battle. As here's a T54 lightweight. First shot looks like it went through his tracks. Second one, ooh, that was a nice shot. Nails a lightweight on the move as he's tried to cross his tracks. Now he's down to just 3 clips of his regular AP ammo as he goes for another reload. As we just lost the T54E1, who's doing nothing against that T54. Got 3 tanks pushing into their base, but they've got 2 unspotted tank destroyers. And the Panther 2 actually went all the way back to help defend the base. Good play by him. As the T54 is caught with his pants down looking at T95, there's 1 into him, 2. He takes a hit here, but that means he's able to finish off the T54 with his 4th clip. Excuse me, 4th shell in his clip. So really nice play by ADeadMan, and good job conserving his hit point. Excuse me, his hit point, so he's able to take that hit and finish off the very dangerous Russian Tier 9 medium tank. There's a T200 prototype. We don't really have shots at him, but we know where their other tanks are, so it's a safe bet that ADeadMan can use the mobility of the T54E1, while similar to that of the Patton, which is not very impressive for a medium tank, but it's enough to get you to point A to point B in a reasonable amount of time. So he's putting that to work here to get around this T200 prototype, because while the prototype does have a turret, it does not turn very fast. Excellent use of terrain, as his efforts are all for naught as the T95 finishes off the Borsig. Excuse me, as the T95 finishes off the prototype, there's the Borsig. Final aiming, that shot, no clue where that went. Gonna blind fire 1 or 2 more here. We'll see if any of those hit later, but now he's down to just 5 rounds of armor-piercing ammunition. Just him and this T95. ADeadMan asking the T95 to cover the base while he goes in search of lonely targets he can clip out. So in situations where you're outnumbered like this, especially when there's artillery on the enemy team, it's a good idea to kind of take the fight to the enemy. If you let them bunch up and gang up on you, then all you're doing is handicapping yourself, because it turns what could be a surprise one-on-one in an area of the map where they're not expecting you into a 2-on-1 as they hunt you down, or a 3-on-1, or however many tanks there are looking for you. So if you're able to keep moving and change positions and appear at different places. Oh, speaking of different places, there's the artillery, who has spotted ADeadMan and takes a shot at what looks like our T95 as ADeadMan puts a really nice shot into him. Now ADeadMan, you could argue that he might have wanted to save those shells to try and go after the Borsig, but he's got 4 AP rounds remaining and his clip size is 4, so you may as well put them all together. And by the time he has any shots on this Borsig, if there are any, he will be reloaded. And, ooh, we just lost the T95, so it's a 2v1. That Borsig is a 2-shot. If he rolls average, we don't know how much health the Panther 2 has left. Cresting the ridge, kind of a risky play, depending on which way the Borsig is looking, but the Panther 2's across the map, so this is effectively a 1-on-1. Again, making good use of concealment, using bushes wherever he can to try and mask his approach to where the Borsig was last spotted. Assuming, and correctly so, it looks like the Borsig has moved into, or towards our base, and something is on cap. The Borsig isn't the fastest machine, but as I said earlier, this thing isn't either. But it's still a medium tank. Oh, there's the Borsig.
Target acquired.
There's one shot, it rolls kind of low. The second one also rolls extremely low, leaving him on 75 hit points. And we know it's a Panther 2 capping now, as the Borsig was not in cap. 2 shells in his clip. Is it going to be enough to kill the Panther 2 and the Borsig without him having to reload? ADeadMan taking a slightly different approach here to go around this hill. Oh, there's the Borsig. He did the same idea, but ADeadMan's quicker on the draw. And he finishes off the Borsig, and the Panther 2's gotten off cap. He's got 1 shot left in his clip, and the Panther 2's on 700 hit points. He rolls slightly high, but now he's reloading. He's out of AP ammo, so he's loading APCR. It doesn't really matter. Oh, he bounces a shot for the Panther 2. That's really fortunate. Trying not to get rammed by the Panther 2, who's got a quick reload. This is going to be really close as he eats another shot, the hit points that he's managed to conserve since the beginning of the match. Another shot, but the Panther 2 does 240 average damage, so he can't get killed with this next shot as it goes in 83 hit points. Is he going to reload in time? Slowing it down to increase the suspense. Is the Panther 2 going to beat his reload? He's almost loaded. His clip is almost loaded. You can bet he's spamming his mouse button. Is he going to beat the Panther 2's reload? This is taking a little bit longer than I expected. I'm going to slow it down. It's loaded, but oh, he beats the reload. That was so close. I'm going to back up just a little bit so you can see what it was like in real time, because I slowed that down way too much. Oh, that was so close, but ADeadMan is able to walk away with a top gun and a sliver of hit points remaining. But hey, as long as you have 1 hit point left, you can still do damage, and in this case, win the game for your team. What a great job by ADeadMan. 6 kills and a crap ton of damage, as we are going to see when you take a quick look at the post-game stats. So, ADeadMan walked away with his ace mastery for the T54E1, as well as a high caliber and a top gun. Looking at the team score, he did over 6,000 damage with the next closest person, the T95 on his team, doing just under 2,700. The enemy Borsig did almost 4,000 damage himself, but looking at the damage distribution, with the exception of himself, the T95 and the Tiger 1, no one on his team has more than 1,500 damage in a very tier 8 match. So ADeadMan really did a good job consistently putting out damage and keeping his gun hot. Every time he was reloaded, he was ready to fire at something new. So really good job positioning and keeping his hit points until he really needed them at the end. So great job to ADeadMan. He fired 29 shots. Of those, 20 hit and 18 penned. So even he only fired APCR when he ran out of AP, and he only carries 2 clips of APCR. So really good job putting the gun to use and working around the low pen that the T54E1 gets. That's one of the big drawbacks to the tank. But he fired so many rounds, he still lost money. He lost 517 credits, but I don't think he will be at all disappointed, as he did a great job this game and came away with a well-deserved victory. So thank you, ADeadMan, for this replay. Really enjoyed watching it, and it had me on the edge of my seat again for this replay. And I hope you all guys enjoyed it as much as I did. Have a good one, and I will see you next time.